Hello, hello, my green skins. So, we'll be doing some solo episodes today. Haven't done those in a long time, but you know what the hell? Gotta do what you gotta do. So, what we'll be talking about? We'll be talking about sitcoms you should watch. And there's quite a few. And I'm gonna be talking about one of my favorites today, and the one that really I enjoyed more than I've enjoyed any other sitcom. Kind of the reason I got into a lot of stuff. And I gotta ask you guys a question. What was your first ever sci-fi? My first sci-fi was unfortunately Doctor Who, and due to the fact that I was terrified of the beginning music that do even today gives me the creeps. So I would hide behind the back of the couch and wait for the show to finish. But then my grandfather would pull me out and say, let's watch another show. And that show was luckily Red Dwarf. And what can I say about Red Dwarf? One of the most amazing shows. And probably the first sitcom I really sat down and watched. Oh, yeah, sure, they were around, but I really didn't pay attention to them. And this is truly my first ever sci fi. I can't really count Doctor Who. You know, some people have Star Wars, some people have Star Trek, some people have Babylon 5. and and those poor unfortunate souls that think Battlestar Galactica was good, you guys know nothing. The real sci-fi was the Red Dwarf and the boys from the Dwarf. This show is amazing. So let's break down one of the most amazing shows of all time. The story of Red Dwarf is basically a travel sitcom. It takes place, of course, on Red Dwarf, this super class mining ship that's unfortunately, due to a really bad series of events, maybe created, maybe not created by a certain crew member, the ship, unfortunately, all the crew dies and it's so irradiated it takes millions of years. And the only crew member left is a unfortunate man by the name of Dave Lister, who was in suspended animation and now has to try to make his way back to Earth. And insanity ensues. There's a lot of fun in this show, from time paradoxes, alternate realities, shifting back and forth through different planes of existence, and a whole lot of other shenanigans. Nanotechnology, God, you could just keep going on and on and on. It's like whatever interesting sci-fi that existed and was coming out, they kind of just got their hands on and ran with it. And to this day, this show is just amazing for that. And it was so bloody funny. And one of the main reasons this show was funny, it had one hell of an amazing cast. And let's break down the characters that were in this show. Let's start with Dave Lister, played by Craig Charles. And what can we say about Dave Lister? He reminds me of? He reminds me of that guy who works at the local corner store, smokes more cigarettes than he actually sells, watches TV, maybe porn, plays a guitar in the background. And a guy that, is fun to hang around with, a good laugh, get you giggling. You wouldn't mind drinking with him. You wouldn't mind hanging out with him, but you'd never take him home, because if he comes over to your place and he passes out, he's staying there and he's going to eat all your food. And that's kind of what reminds me of Dave Lister. This is the type of person you're dealing with. And the funny thing is, he's also a lovable character. Like, this is a guy that has a little bit of a heart of gold, and he's enjoyable. I like the character. I like who he is. I like the fact that his dream is to return to Earth, get his little farm with sheep in Fiji, and live his life with his love, Kachansky. I think someone said it best when they said, it's somewhat reassuring that the last person in humanity is some space bum, traveling the universe looking for scrap. And that's Dave Lister. Lovable character, absolutely enjoyable. Next, we have Arnold Judas Rimmer. And yes, played by Chris Bale, or Barely? I hope I'm saying that right. What a fun character. An unfortunate accident that he caused, wink wink, that caused the entire crew to die. He is the bunkmate of Dave Lister. This prim and pauper guy that's trying to do everything in his power to get status symbol. But because of being either a pompous ass and a complete buffoon, he ends up completely failing in his career. And it's fun to watch it in a lot of ways. What an enjoyable character. It's kind of interesting that they kind of do this power dynamic between both him and Lister and him and the other characters. And if it wasn't for that power dynamic, I think the show would be a lot weaker. The actor who played Rimmer was great. Lister's good. This guy's great. This guy's fun to watch. He's enjoyable. And I absolutely enjoyed everything about the character. I love the fact that now he died and he's a hologram, and now he's got to live with being a hologram. And it's fun to watch him lose when he's being a pompous prick and doing a lot of stupid stuff, but it's also super fun to watch him win. What a great character. Absolutely enjoyable to watch. That's right. His name is Judas. And there's a valid reason why. Next we have Holly. Shit. I mean Holly. Shit. Okay, right, Holly. Holly, played by Norman Lovett. And also Hattie Hayridge? Damn, I screwed that name up. Yeah, the funny thing about this Holly is this is the ship's AI. This was a intelligence that was quite high and powerful, had a lot of smarts, and was really, on the ball when it used to be a mining ship. Unfortunately, 3 million years drifting in space has kind of made him a little cranky and a whole lot of stupid. And this poor character has now had to deal with the fact that the only person left on the ship that has any real authority is our lovable goof, Dave Lister. And, oh, that's gotta be fun. I like this character. And I did like the other renditions of him. But he did such a good job. The actor is amazing in this. I don't know him from anything else. There are probably other people that would. Yeah, this guy's great. And I really did enjoy him, and I was sad that we didn't get him in the next series that came out after, when they did the reboot. Next, we have one cool cat. Yes, Cat, played by Danny John Jules. What a fun character. They basically have an actual cat, a person who evolved from cats. The cats in particular were the ones that Dave Lister smuggled on board. His cat was pregnant, it had kittens, and they evolved. This is a fun character, absolutely enjoyable, and a lot of times he just works, and he is that king of cool, and he's so much fun to watch. He's so much fun, and he plays off the other people perfectly. And he just became a cool character, and he seems to be channeling all these other type of older people. Like I get a little bit of Liberace in there, a little bit of everything in here, and I just love the character. Fun character, great, adds a great addition to the crew, and yeah, works perfect for Red Dwarf and its crew. Last but not least, we have Creighton, played by Robert. I'm not going to try. Unfortunately, his name's nuts. There's two L's. Okay. Anyway, this is an interesting character. Character they brought in later seasons, and he's a robot that was actually on a ship that was basically the people died, but because he didn't register, oh yeah, they're dead. He just kept serving them food, but nothing was happening. It didn't really register that he was there. It's a funny character because he's neurotic. He's a little bit of a little bit of a pushover, and he really does work well. It's funny because he becomes a little bit of everything: the ship doctor, the helper, the worker. He does everything he possibly can to help the crew out. And there's a lot of funny moments with this character. And in later seasons, he just really comes into his own. a fun, enjoyable character. And that's the crew of the Red Dwarf. What a good show. It's not a long show. It's one of those shows you could probably watch all the way through, even up to the reboot series that happened later. And it'd take you maybe a couple days tops. This show was amazing, though. I mean, there were so many good moments. Some of my favorite episodes were the Smoke Me a Kipper, where Rimmer's alter reality self shows up to save the day and help the crew out. And he's just kind of like, what a guy. And everyone's like, what a guy. And Rimmer's just getting more and more jealous. Then you have the episode where Rimmer is basically runs into this place where it's all these symphoid creatures. They're all like old, like historical characters, and they're part of this history pop. This like, what is it called? Pleasure Planet, and it's basically an amusement park planet. And so he puts them on an army. So he gets all these peaceful people, and they go out and fight and get slaughtered. It's a good episode. And then you got the episode series when they have when they lose the Red Dwarf, and the Red Dwarf is lost for season. And this is a show you can actually say, holy crap, like, it's not just episodes you like, it's seasons you like. There's very few sitcoms, and I can only name a couple on my hand that I don't skip episodes. And this is a show that really does have that energy. It's absolutely enjoyable. And they had a reboot series, which is okay. It has some fun moments. And it's fun to see these characters come back. But at the same time, you think to yourself, did we really need it? Yeah, we needed it. It was good. Yeah, and that's my little love to the sitcom, the show you must watch, Red Dwarf. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, and yeah, I hope this works out, and I hope to have more videos for you very shortly. Have yourself a very good day.